Wayne?
Mr. Dick?
Dick with a Y. Yes.
Daryl?
Mrs. Dick?
Wayne, feel free to call me Noah Dick.
Daryl, please continue to call me Mrs. Dick.
Brings you up the laneway.
This is not easy to say. Nor is it by any means an accusation.
Where are our daughters?
Anita Dick, now. Please. Our daughter, Charity.
Charity Dick?
And her sister, Chastity.
Chastity Dick?
Are on their gap year once.
Isn't that called Rumspringa?
Men are talking, Daryl.
Anita Dick and I are concerned that our little dicks have been bitten by the good time bug. And while dicks have been known to slip out on occasion, our fear is that our dicks have been out longer than we're comfortable with once.
Have you seen our dicks?
Now, yay tall ones. Strong-nosed like their father, strong-willed like their mother.
I did see him at the bush party, actually.
Dicks at a bush party, you say?
I knew it. Shameful.
Haven't seen him since, though, truth be told. Katie, you seen her dick or two?
That's a loaded question, big brother.
Hello, Katie.
Noah? Anita?
Catherine.
Lovely day.
What brings you guys by?
We heard our daughters were here, and
Charity and...
We'll take all the charity dick you've got. All the chastity dick, too.
they are free to decide whether the English world is for them. That is their right. But our dicks belong in the hands of the Mennonite community. And we would like to gently suggest to them that they return home with us before they've been too exposed.
Well,
So what are you doing? Nothing. Why not?
Trying to get on this Lifestyle Radio website.
Sounds like a cool website.
Yeah, it's alright. Oh, wait, I might have it.
You might have it.
You're listening to Lifestyle Radio.
The opinions expressed during this show are those of the individual participants and do not necessarily reflect the opinions of their associated organizations or Lifestyle Radio.
You like music, you like weed, well, we gonna be good friends indeed. This is how much I like more than smoking trees. They'll make you dance the do-si-do and teach you how the chiba grows. Smoke a bowl on the 420 radio show. On Lifestyle Radio.
Hello.
Radio.
Oh. Oh, what the hell was that? That's like 3 minutes of my life I'm not getting back now.
I know. Wasn't that funny, though?
Care about is the dicks.
Well, I guess it's only a threesome tonight, Al.
I like the Dickens cider one as well. It's very funny. That was actually Letterkenny. That was
yeah,
Kenny Holtz.
Yeah, Darcy, we're just gonna totally ignore that comment.
Yes, we are. You know what?
We'll just go right by that and just pretend it didn't even fucking happen.
Nope, didn't happen. I don't know what you're talking about, and I'm sticking to it. Today we've got some news. We've got some video stuff. We've got
Darcy.
T and Darcy. Darcy gave up his job to be here with us tonight.
Sure. Yeah.
Just, come on, go with it.
Yeah, go with that.
Go with that. You know, got to make him feel, wanted and stuff. Now, the next thing I wanted to say is, Darcy, as of next week, you're no longer needed. No, I'm kidding.
Good. Well, we've figured out AI video, so good evening.
Yeah, yeah. You've been replaced by AI, buddy.
Just go with that. That'll just top off the week, Al.
Did you have one of those weeks, buddy?
Oh, Marcel knows about my week.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, bud. How's the health? You feeling better?
Not too bad. Back's really sore.
Dude, I just said to Marcel there when we were chatting earlier, this week, and I'm saying it's because of the moon.
I'm saying these are all pregnant and it's morning sickness.
And yeah, no, it's hypermesis.
I'm saying it's because I got hit with a tree and I'm put in a wheelchair.
We all have hypermesis.
That's where I relate mine to.
That's our story, and we're sticking to it. So yeah, as I said, my pain has been bad all week.
My back is killing me.
Yeah, my back, my kidneys, everything, man.
Everything. It's my right side because it pulls on that scoliosis that I got.
Oh, dude.
When everything tightens up, it pulls on that right side, and it just hurts.
Yep. I had my first serious girlfriend in school, in high school, or just about high school.
That was a decade ago, or decades ago, wasn't it, Al?
Yeah, she had muscular atrophy.
Oh yeah,
and was actually one of Jerry's kids. Like literally, she was on the telephone.
Oh
yeah, and she's not with us anymore. But we used to go to Sunnyside School, where she went to school, and hang out, my sister and I, because that was her best friend, and we played it for somebody not in a wheelchair. It's hard to fucking play basketball in a wheelchair.
hard to do really anything, but you just do it, I guess.
Yeah.
That's what I come to. That's you know what? Yes, it sucks. Yes, I wish I could walk, but you know what?
Have you given up on
living?
Have you given up on that, or are you still doing the therapy for that?
I still stand up once in a while, but it's just easy to get around. You know, I
don't cry, buddy. Come on.
No.
It's sniffled right at the right time.
Yeah. You know, I'm not, you know, just because I'm in the chair, I'm not going to stop living, right?
Darcy's sharing his life. Give him a minute.
Yeah.
Darcy's evolved past the need for legs.
Yeah,
you know what I've been finding interesting?
If it wouldn't look funny, I'd cut fucking things off.
I follow a couple of people that do reels, and one is a gal who is an amputee and has an ectoskeleton.
I see them. They make them a lot cheaper now. You can get them out of China for like 25,000 now.
They're not that. They look like, you know. And then there's another thing that I've seen. It's a wheelchair that you go upstairs with, but you go backwards.
Yeah, and then they have them now that they'll stand you right up. And
yes.
You can go around the house, stand up. You'll look kind of like Professor X.
Yep. They must be very expensive though, and although I'm sure there's funding, you know, it's not.
They are expensive, Al. Yeah. Sit and stand chairs, they start at 50,000.
I think more than that, bud.
No, the one I was looking at that for work was 50 grand.
That's ridiculous.
They were gonna buy it for me.
Well, you should have.
I should have, but I just said no.
I'm gonna look into getting a scooter so that I can just motor around town and not use the car, because I don't go out much anyways. So.
Yeah, well, make sure when you look for one, make sure you look for one that's heavy duty and one that has Group D batteries in it.
Group D, yeah, I'll remember that.
Because the Group D batteries are the heavy duty batteries. They'll take you longer and they withstand the cold.
Yeah, like my car, I got the cheaper battery, and that's why it's been dead all winter.
Well, I'm going on.
No, it's been dead all winter because the engine block is frozen.
I'm going on 6 years with the same set of batteries in my scooter, and it's stored in my garage every winter. It's not heated, but it's stored in my garage.
Somebody on my list had their scooter stolen, and I can't remember. I think it might have been Hamilton.
Yes, that sucks.
Yeah, my buddy Todd has CP, cerebral palsy, and although he's still walking, he's dependent on his scooter, and he's in Guelph, and he's had his stolen a few times.
Yeah, that sucks.
Well, because your life just stops.
Well, for some people it does, because that's their only mode of transportation outside of their home.
Evening, Nick. Marcel's not doing his job. He's got one task.
I said good evening when he posted that a while ago, dude. Not my fault you don't listen to him.
Yeah, no listening.
You're listening?
No listening.
What are you listening?
Man, I smoked that joint, man. It never make my fucking nose dry.
I am smoking that joint. Why am I up here? I want to be down here. You guys can stay up there.
I used to have a strain called Jamaican Witch. And when you smoke a joint of that, Al, if your sinuses were clogged, holy fuck, that ever make your sinuses open right up.
Charles Scott's early Purple Kush is like that.
Yeah.
I need to find
Really,
something
really
that's
piney
good
when
for
you
my
smoke.
sinuses that doesn't make me cough.
Something with a lot of pine.
With a lot of what?
Pinene.
Pinene in it.
Is that less going to make you cough, or is it?
No, it's going to clear your sinuses more.
Okay. Because
Make
like
you breathe. The
well,
coughing is irregardless. That's going to happen anyway.
Oh, I know that. I mean, most people don't realize that cannabis is a natural expectorant, and that's the coughing part, right? And the dripping nose part, and the.
Oh, right. Lenny's not here.
I know it's a kush strain, Marcel, but my mother really likes. She said for a smooth strain, don't make her cough. Coma Kush.
Yeah.
Coma Kush. I've seen it listed on a list, but I've never tried it.
Yeah, she really likes if you can find a real Coma Kush. I don't know if that's what she had, but she said she had Coma Kush and it was really nice. So no, let's try that one of these times.
Did you guys get any more snow? Where it's been raining here all day.
Jesus Christ, no! It's going to be 15 degrees here tomorrow.
It's 0 right now. It was nice today. It hit 4.
Yeah, no, it's going to be 15 degrees here tomorrow. It's going to be above 10 degrees all week for us, Al.
Everything's melting here.
Oh.
Yeah, no, it's not that warm yet. In fact, it's going to be dropping back down to minus 14 later in the week. So
they're fighting. The firefighters are already fighting grass fires here, Al.
Oh fuck! I'm being in a town in the middle of the forest. That's very disconcerting. Disconcerting, is that the word? Concerning.
Yeah, you're concerning because you don't want fires. Because you got
No. Forest is across the street. That would jump very quickly.
Oh, would it ever? All that tinder on the ground now dries right over.
All my asbestos would burn.
See, I forgot Lenny wasn't here when I said irregardlessly, and I was hoping he was going to jump on me.
Oh, to make a comment.
Yeah.
Oh, is he in Mexico? Is he on vacation?
I don't know where he is.
Haven't heard from anybody all week. So that's why we just came in here and started the show. But at least this week we have some stuff for you.
Heard from MJ like an hour ago.
She posted one of the articles we're going to talk about, which I already had. It seems 2 people were charged for 4,000 illegal cannabis plants, is what they're saying. We're going to talk about
4,098.
Yeah, exactly. So almost 5,000.
Yeah.
Right.
No.
Yep. Now
we'd round down to 4,000.
We've had members of our community in mid-eastern Ontario who got pulled over with a few hundred plants in the back of his car. That was about 5 years ago, if you remember that one. Maybe there may have been more plants than that. Yeah, unfortunately.
But they've been charged with 2 offenses under the Cannabis Act.
Are we going to talk about that now?
Yeah, I might as well. We've already spilled it. I mean, there's not a whole lot to say. Two people got charged, a 58-year-old and a 35-year-old have been charged.
In Niagara region. So when I hear somebody's been charged in Ontario, I always look to see if I can see names because it may be somebody I know.
Yeah, they're not releasing the names.
They will later on.
But I looked to see if it was like on a reserve or something like that, and it's not.
Just over 15 kilograms of dried and processed cannabis.
So 4,000.
Okay, so
4,098 plants.
Yes, and 15 kilograms of dried and processed cannabis.
Okay, well, we don't even count those because they valued this at $2 million.
How did they? Well, that's what I was just going to ask you. How do they get that fucking value? Because that sounds ridiculous to me.
Why? Too low or too high?
Too low.
Okay, so the police, in their infinite wisdom, used to value every cannabis plant seized at $1,000.
Every plant at $1,000.
at $1,000 per plant is the valuation that they used.
Still?
I don't know. No, obviously not now. If they're only valuing this at more than $2 million, that's only valuing the plant, each plant at $5 million or $500 per plant. And then that's not counting the 33 pounds that what, $300-400 a pound.
This is the article that we're looking at here.
So they've done a valuation of less than $500 a plant versus the $1,000 that they used to hit us with.
Yeah.
But I mean, when you're up to 4,000 plants and you're hitting $2 million in valuation,
but you got to remember,
it doesn't matter.
Out of them 4,000 plants, how many of them were budding and how many of them were little babies? Because if 2,000 of them were clones, well, then there you go, right?
Not differentiated by the Cannabis Act, sorry.
Well, maybe they are now.
The plant is a plant is a plant.
Not until it's 3 inches.
Is there a height limit as far as when
less
it's
than 3 inches? They wouldn't even be counted.
If it was under 3, if you cut your house under 3 inches,
is there a height limit before it actually is termed a cannabis plant?
3 inches.
But I thought it was budding. Until it starts budding, it's fair game.
No, once it's 3 inches, Al. It used to be that, anyways.
Okay. So if you were to get clones that were under 3 inches, you could get as many as you wanted.
Well, I wouldn't push that, but you could try it.
Where'd everybody go?
I'm right here, Al. I was just ran to grab a jar.
Oh.
I needed some bud.
Yeah, I've got some. I can't remember what it's called, and it's on my tray.
Good name of the strain. I can't remember what it's called.
What?
That's gonna be good. That'd be a good name for a strain. I can't remember what it's called.
Ooh, I call dibs. Although you're more likely to get a strain faster than me, so you go ahead.
You're more likely, yeah, but it's gonna be a good strain that you forget the name of it though.
Write it down.
All right, so you'd have to, it would have to be a really good strain before you forget the name of it.
Exactly. What was that I smoked? I can't remember.
I can't remember. That'd be another good name.
That's like that. You could literally do one of those "Who's on First" skits with that.
You could, yeah.
Marcel, what are you reading?
I am reading the Cannabis Act.
Oh God.
There's
been
nothing,
some changes apparently.
Yeah, but there's nothing in regards to that 3-inch height.
There's not anymore, eh?
A cannabis plant is from a seed or plant material. That's it.
I've never heard of it, Nick. So is that a good thing or a bad thing, Marcel?
Well, it just means that they could claim seedlings as plants, right? So if you have a bunch of just sprouted seedlings, they could technically say, well, these are all cannabis plants. These are included into that count, right? When we know, especially if you're sexing plants, you need a lot of plants to start out. And
but they know that. They know that, and they use that.
But if you're pheno hunting, you need a lot of plants.
The long and the short of it, though, is if you're minding your own business, not selling it, and doing things within the law, no, they're not going to bother you. Okay, right. Unless the neighbor complains or whatever. And I think at this point in Canada, anyways, with cannabis being legal, if the police got a complaint about cannabis smell, they would do a drive-by. They would look at the situation and just keep going.
I actually had one admit to me, without knowing that he was admitting to me, that he's been in my backyard and looked at my plants without my knowledge.
Well, that's their job, right?
No, it isn't. Their job is not to fucking trespass.
Well, not without a fucking valid reason.
I don't
Or a
think they
warrant.
need a warrant now for that, though, do they?
Technically, if they come onto your property illegally by trespassing and they see something illegal, they can't go and get a warrant for that.
I know that when the township guy came and harassed me at the farm, he didn't even attempt to come on my side of the gate because the gate was closed.
Yeah.
Right. And I've seen that in a few other situations on videos that I've watched, and it's it unless you're invited, and I guess that's one of the reasons why we have things happen, barricaded landowners and things like that, right?
Yeah.
Like Ruby Ridge, I guess, is a good example.
Yeah.
Speaking of Ruby Ridge, Leonard Peltier is home now, which is awesome.
Yeah.
Yep.
I have all kinds of Ruby Ridge stories.
You know what?
I got them from Charles.
I have been a supporter of Leonard's since the 80s, when my magazine, What's Up Toronto, sponsored a fundraising event at the Horseshoe Tavern, and Jim Cuddy was there, and a whole bunch of other Canadian artists were there. It was actually really fun.
There, MJ's shitting, so she'll be here in 10 minutes.
Okay, make sure you wash your hands, please.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's sad. 10 minutes to have a shit. All right, I can get rid of this one.
Okay, everybody needs to tell her she's however many minutes late, and embarrass her when she comes in. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. Marcel, you're on that.
I think I've already started by telling everybody she's having a shit. I don't know what's taking you guys so long. I'm embarrassing her before she even gets here.
Well, that's the good. Yep. You're on your job.
Well, it's also safer that way. Oh my God!
What was the name of that strain again, Darcy?
Yeah.
The Kush
I
one?
forget already because I'm stoned.
The Kush one?
No, I can't remember.
Yeah.
Might have been the Kush one. Well, who is that? That's got to be at Darcy's house.
No, that was me. That was me.
You'll hear a dishwasher in the background. That's about it.
No, I heard a woman in the background.
You ain't hearing a woman. Alicia's upstairs. Carla's in the bedroom.
What's that? What?
What?
Al.
Yeah.
Fuck off. Yeah. Okay, that's enough of that shit. There, we got an article talk about that. Smarten up. I don't want to be hearing this.
Okay, well, pick an article and talk.
All right, let's talk about.
You were talking about the changes. Was there only that one change?
What changes?
The changes to the regulations.
I wasn't talking about changes to the regulations. You were talking about changes to the regulation.
Well, there's an article in there about that.
You did. I did.
I don't care about.
I did.
I don't care about the changes to the regulation. I was going to talk about the study how cannabis triggers psychosis.
Okay.
Okay, so cannabis is a known risk factor for developing psychosis that can progress to schizophrenia. Again.
Well, we've heard this.
Yeah, well, we heard that, but then when the studies were actually looked at and it was actually looked how these studies came about, all of these people had schizophrenia before they started using cannabis, not after. Right? All cannabis did was kind of made it a little more pronounced for them. So they're saying that it appears to aggravate already decreasing nerve conductivity in young adults at risk of psychosis.
Here's my question, though, Marcel.
Yep.
Is that now, if that was a 1-to-1 strain, would it do the same thing?
Do what?
Would it still trigger their psychosis?
I don't know. I don't know, and it's not like they really want to test it to find out. They would rather, I mean, somebody might want to test it, but they're not going to try and really make it well known if it does in fact work, or even using a whole plant CBT therapy might work.
They've always said that, like, I've always been told that having a mental health issue, ADHD, and a mood disorder, I need to be careful of what strains I use, because I have had strains set me off big time.
Right, but that can happen. That some foods can do that to people too.
Fair enough, and that can happen to somebody who doesn't have those issues as well. Like, very easily, I've gotten many panic attacks from smoking a sativa or even an indica, a high indica, high THC indica will sometimes put me into a panic, right?
Yeah.
Oh, she's done her shit. How was your shit?
Oh, she had her. Is it all better?
Oh, I can't
Your
hear
shit. It took you 10 minutes.
Was it hard or soft?
She can't hear us, she said.
Oh.
Because she changes the settings.
Yeah,
every day she goes to.
You can't hear us now?
Settings.
I can hear you now.
We asked you how your shit was.
And did you wash your hands?
Take a shit.
Did you wash your
Then why'd
hands?
you say you were taking a shit? You'd be 10 minutes.
I said shit, as in, like, I didn't realize it was 7.
Your microphone sounds horrible.
Oh,
Wonderful.
Oh, that's
kind of
better.
looked like shitting. I'll be there in 10 minutes.
No.
There you go. That's better.
Does that sound better? It's probably my hood. I'll keep my hood down because it probably, like, muffles against the earbuds.
That's what she said.
You're really loud too.
Me?
I can adjust it. I can adjust.
Adjust her. Knock her down.
Please do.
I'm gonna adjust you.
Normally, I'm too quiet. You guys normally complain I'm not loud enough.
Jesus, you're quiet?
There. How's that? Is that better?
I don't
What are you
know.
drinking?
Is it better?
Yes.
Oh, I thought she was just going to move her lips and not then pretend that she was.
I turned you.
talking.
Apple juice,
It's the only rosé I drink.
cranberry.
Pink cranberry juice.
I put apple juice in my tea instead of sugar.
That's interesting.
Oh, it's yummy. It's probably worse than having sugar, but
It is sugar.
It's just, yeah, you're just putting different form of sugar in.
it's a natural sugar. Then
Not necessarily. You're putting flavored sugar in there. That's what you're doing. Why not use something like honey, which is extremely health beneficial to you?
because I don't have any.
Oh fuck. There's probably some roadside guy selling fucking honey up there. I'm sure they got bees.
Oh, I can get honey at the store. I don't. It's not something.
Yeah, but the problem with the honey at the store,
I don't mind
is
the
a lot of
honey.
it's
Honey.
That's not necessarily honey.
But it depends on where you buy
gotta look
it.
because a
And
lot of it is made with corn syrup.
And it could be pasteurized too, Al.
I'm sure that I can get some up at the res.
You want wildflower? You want wildflower on pasteurized honey?
actually, since you're on the
Real
topic of honey, you just said something that just made my heart sing. I don't like honey, and there was one very small jar that somebody had gifted me in Nova Scotia when I was down there working. And it was, it was wildflower honey, and it tasted, I could taste the flowers.
Oh, it's totally different.
It tasted like something I'd never tasted before. And now that I'm thinking about it, I was like, you guys should just send me some honey. Because you guys can get it.
I'm gonna tell
Okay,
you.
so you leave and come back. You're very jumpy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Can you leave and come back?
Is it
Maybe
the internet?
I think so.
No, it's you.
Yeah, that's a nice, flatterizing, flirtatious.
She looked like she was still shitting.
I'm not shitting.
No, you're
But you
breaking up
didn't-
for some reason as you talk.
Still
You're breaking
now?
up.
Yeah, you're still breaking up.
Okay. You're breaking up with me.
No, you're breaking up with us.
Bye.
But honey is really cool because different sources of pollen for the bees give you a different flavor of honey. So a lot here, because we have so many blueberries, we have a lot of farms that have blueberry honey.
The stuff that my kid brought home was wild blueberry honey.
Yep.
But the thing is, you got to remember, a lot of bee farmers that sell their honey aren't allowed to sell their it got to be tested. And a lot of them aren't allowed to sell their honey if there was any pesticide spray within a quarter mile of their hives.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So
That's
the
why-
majority of the honey that we get here is going to be from our blueberry fields because they don't spray the blueberry fields very often with a lot of heavy pesticides.
No, they don't. But see, that's why
Well, some do. It just depends on which ones, but they don't have beehives.
No, but I've tried to get permission to have a hive in town, and they gave me permission to have a hive in town. But the bee association would not sell me any bees because my neighbors spray their grass with pesticides, and the bees will collect the pollen from the dandelions, and they'll die.
Oh,
kill off the hive,
and you'll poison people,
or poison people with the pesticides.
You're still breaking up bad, MJ.
You get to concentrate them.
Oh yeah, that's the same as.
Might be the wireless mic bud things.
Yes, probably.
I think that's what the issue is.
It's the same with cannabis, though.
That solves that, doesn't it? I'll just sit here and not talk. I know. I'm just kidding.
If they spray your plants with pesticides,
yes.
What is MJ thinking?
But there is a honey that I would like to try.
Yeah,
but not a whole lot of it.
Mad honey?
Yeah. I would like to try real mad honey.
It's hard to get real mad honey.
Yeah, I know.
There's lots of fakes on the internet, but
that's the problem. Is there's too many fakes, so I wouldn't buy it off of the internet. But I'd like to try a small amount. I wouldn't want a whole jar of it because I don't know that many people.
No, it's pretty crazy how they go and collect it.
Yeah,
I'll have to look and see what's available at the store because I know they have, the bottles as well, the good honey. They've got one thing that they do have there is a really good selection of maple syrups.
Do you have a farmer's market type thing or anything like that there?
In the spring and in the fall, yes.
Okay, so in the spring, go there.
Yeah. Yep.
Because
we have a fair that they put out stuff as well.
Right. But if you can get honey right from the beekeeper.
Well, that's why I said I'll look and see if they have some at on the res there in Pays Plat because they have beekeepers up there.
Yeah. But get raw honey instead of buying pasteurized and taking a chance of a bunch of corn syrup.
Okay.
Right?
I'll try and remember that.
We buy honey by a bucket. Like we buy a bucket full at a time. It's a 1 gallon bucket when we get honey. And I go through, depending on what I'm making, usually on average about a gallon every 2 months.
Wow.
If I'm doing a lot of bacon, I'll go through more.
You're using honey as a sweetener, obviously.
Yeah, I use honey.
Yeah.
I make barbecue sauces and I make salad dressings.
Yeah.
All of that gets sweetened with honey or maple syrup instead of sugar.
I'm not Yeah.
I'm not a big, actually, other than candies, I don't think I would buy, like for making hard candies or suckers and things like that. I probably wouldn't buy white sugar.
I only use sugar in my tea. That's the only time I use sugar.
Yeah. I mean, Chrissy uses it in her coffee, but she could switch to honey if she wanted to.
I actually like to get the cubes because one cube is a half a teaspoon. So I mean, it's good for me as far as regulating goes, how much I use.
Yeah.
But when I get a bag, I usually just reach in, grab a pinch, and throw it in the cup.
Yeah.
I don't even measure it. So, and I'm probably not doing good with it because I have 10 or 20 fucking teas in a day. So, but
yeah, like Robert says, buy it directly from the producer.
Yep. I thought about getting a beehive at the farm actually, but I was so inundated with stuff to do there, it didn't happen. I can't do it here. I thought about even getting a couple of chickens, although they wouldn't last long.
I've got 4 different places around me that I can go and get
honey from,
and they all have the same pricings, so it doesn't matter. So I just rotate.
See, we don't have agriculture here really. We don't have farms here with meat and stuff. You're more apt to find like I'll give you there's a butcher just outside of Hastings where the farm was, and at butchering, like at in deer season and whatever season it is, you actually have to go in and book an appointment, and he's not open to the public during hunting season. He just can't keep up. Right?
And he forgot about us.
I saw that bastard.
That's so rude.
Decided to go to a bar instead.
Yeah. But Andre's pretty cool too. So Andre's kind of like he's a jack of all trades, isn't he, Darcy?
I have no idea. I have no idea who you're talking about.
His name is Andre Pettipaw. So he does wrestling. He's a wrestler.
A wrestler?
But he also has a band. And he also does host trivia night, or used to. I don't know if he still does. And then I think he's also a graphic artist. Lennie's sign guy.
He does a lot of IT work.
Why haven't you brought your microphone up, MJ? That's my silly question.
She was in the back there looking for one a minute ago.
Well, she's trying to find something that'll work for her, which is fine. It'll give us something to go back to.
She hasn't used this. She hasn't used this in a while.
No,
she's going to shove a big microphone in front of her face.
No, a little microphone. That's a camera. That's a web camera.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
It doesn't fit.
She's going to try and use the microphone.
Go in the little hole.
She can't find the hole because there's no hair.
I wasn't going to say.
I know, but I have to.
That's it. All right. So we've killed this one. So we're not talking about schizophrenia anymore.
Well, that's because we all have it. So
we figured out that the voices that I was hearing was Al playing something.
Yes, earlier. Yes. I could recreate if you like.
No, I'm all good on that. Let's go to what's this one? Oh, do we want to talk about this?
Why don't we save some for later in the show? Because otherwise, we're not going to have anything to talk about.
Yeah, we got a 420-second movie that's longer than 420 seconds.
Yes, I saw it. Just. It's just over. It's 8 minutes and 36 seconds or something like that.
Yeah.
And 420 seconds is 7 minutes. So it's just over.
So this is 8 minutes and some seconds.
We can watch that now if you like.
If you want. That's on you. You
click away.
Well, let me go and find it here.
I'm gonna get put out of a job with all this AI.
No, this one is actually pretty cool because Al challenged me to make a video
every week.
Okay, so I got to make a video every week, but he doesn't give me a subject.
No,
he said,
that's your video. That's your
420. But just wait, let me finish. Make me a video that's 420 seconds long.
ID.
About something to do with cannabis or mushrooms or something. The day before the show.
Well, it's not like I wanted a 2-hour fucking lecture.
Well,
so anyways, I did have a look at this as well, and I really like it, so I might play with it myself.
Okay, so let's play this, and because I decided I would test
to see what
test AI's artificial intelligence.
The knowledge.
Intelligence.
Yeah, it's intelligence.
Yeah, please. Sweet.
So I just gave it very simple parameters and said, go for it. And this is what it gave us. So enjoy.
The cannabis plant is a complex organism, brimming with naturally occurring compounds like cannabinoids, terpenes, and flavonoids. These compounds interact with the human body in unique ways, offering a range of potential therapeutic benefits. The plant's complexity is a testament to nature's ingenuity, providing a rich source of medicinal properties that have been revered for centuries. For centuries, traditional medicine systems have harnessed the power of the whole cannabis plant for its therapeutics. Ancient cultures across the globe, from Asia to the Middle East, have documented the use of cannabis in treating various ailments. These historical practices laid the foundation for modern understanding and appreciation of the plant's medicinal potential. Unlike isolated cannabinoids, whole plant cannabis extracts retain the full spectrum of these compounds, working together to potentially offer a wider range of benefits. This full spectrum approach ensures that the plant's natural balance is maintained, providing a more holistic form of therapy that can address multiple aspects of health and wellness. This synergistic interaction, often called the entourage effect, is key to understanding the plant's full potential. The entourage effect suggests that the combined action of the plant's compounds is greater than the sum of their individual effects, leading to enhanced therapeutic outcomes. Imagine a symphony orchestra. Each instrument plays a unique role, and when combined, they create a harmonious and powerful melody. Similarly, the various compounds in whole plant cannabis work together to create a synergistic effect, potentially enhancing their therapeutic benefits. It helps to illustrate the importance of preserving the plant's natural complexity. Similarly, the various compounds in whole plant cannabis work together to create a synergistic effect, potentially enhancing their therapeutic benefits. This holistic approach recognizes the plant's natural complexity and seeks to utilize its full potential for wellness. By embracing the entire spectrum of compounds, we can unlock a broader range of health benefits. This holistic approach recognizes the plant's natural complexity and seeks to utilize its full potential for wellness. It is a testament to the wisdom of traditional medicine and the ongoing exploration of natural remedies in modern healthcare. By understanding and appreciating the symphony of healing that the cannabis plant offers, we can better harness its power for the benefit of all. Delta-9 tetrahydrocannabinol, or Delta-9 THC, is a well-known cannabinoid famed for its psychoactive effects. This is the compound that causes the high often associated with cannabis. When consumed orally, Delta-9 THC embarks on a fascinating journey within the body. Passing through the digestive system, it is absorbed into the bloodstream and travels to the liver, Here it undergoes a transformation metabolized by enzymes into a different form, 11-hydroxy-THC. This conversion process is essential to understanding the distinct effects of orally consumed cannabis as opposed to inhalation. 11-hydroxy-THC is a powerful metabolite known for its potent psychoactive effects. When delta-9 THC transforms into 11-hydroxy-THC in the liver, it crosses the blood-brain barrier more easily, leading to a different kind of experience, often described as more profound. Many users report that 11-hydroxy-THC induces a more intense and long-lasting high compared to inhaling delta-9 THC. This difference in experience highlights the importance of understanding how cannabis is processed by the body depending on its method of consumption. The entourage effect is a term used to describe the synergistic relationship between various cannabis compounds. Instead of isolating specific cannabinoids like THC or CBD, whole plant extracts preserve the natural balance of these compounds, allowing them to work together. Research suggests that this synergy may lead to enhanced therapeutic benefits. For example, terpenes, responsible for the aroma of cannabis, may modulate the effects of THC, potentially reducing anxiety or enhancing pain relief. This intricate interplay between compounds is a key area of ongoing research, offering exciting possibilities for future medical applications. The human body is equipped with an intricate endocannabinoid system, or ECS, a complex network of receptors that play a crucial role in maintaining homeostasis, or balance, within the body. This system is essential for regulating a variety of physiological processes, including appetite, pain sensation, mood, and memory. The ECS is like a conductor in an orchestra, ensuring that all bodily functions are in harmony. Two key receptors within the ECS are CB1 and CB2 receptors. These receptors are like the main players in this complex system, each with its own unique role and location within the body. CB1 receptors are primarily found in the brain and central nervous system, influencing mood, memory, and pain perception. They are crucial for cognitive functions and are involved in the modulation of neurotransmitter release. THC, for example, primarily interacts with CB1 receptors. This interaction is what leads to the psychoactive effects commonly associated with cannabis use. CB2 receptors, on the other hand, are more abundant in the peripheral tissues, particularly in the immune system, where they play a role in regulating inflammation and immune responses. These receptors help in maintaining the body's defense mechanisms and are crucial for immune health. CBD is known to interact with CB2 receptors. Unlike THC, CBD does not produce psychoactive effects, making it a popular choice for those seeking therapeutic benefits without the high. It is often used for its anti-inflammatory and analgesic properties, and the potential therapeutic benefits of whole plant cannabis are vast and continue to be explored. From chronic pain and inflammation to anxiety and sleep disorders, whole plant cannabis offers a natural approach to managing a wide range of health conditions. The entourage effect, where various compounds work together synergistically, is believed to enhance these benefits. Furthermore, understanding the distinct effects of different cannabinoids, such as delta-9 THC and 11-hydroxy-THC, is essential for tailoring treatment plans to individual needs. The use of whole plant cannabis represents a shift towards a more holistic approach to health and wellness. This method emphasizes the importance of using the entire plant rather than isolating individual compounds. By doing so, we can harness the synergistic effects of the plant's various components, which work together to enhance its therapeutic benefits. By embracing the plant's natural complexity and utilizing its full spectrum of compounds, we may be able to unlock its full therapeutic potential. This approach not only respects the plant's integrity, but also aligns with the principles of natural medicine, which advocate for treatments that work in harmony with the body's own systems. As research continues to unravel the mysteries of the cannabis plant, we can expect to see even more innovative applications for whole plant cannabis extracts in the future. These advancements could lead to new treatments for a variety of conditions, offering hope to patients who have not found relief through conventional medicine. This natural approach to health, rooted in ancient wisdom and supported by modern science, offers hope and healing for a growing number of people worldwide. By integrating the best of both worlds, we can create a more balanced and effective healthcare system that truly addresses the needs of the whole person.
Rerolled Saturdays. Check it out. Nothing but non-stop cannabis and psychedelic programming. Find it at 420piece.ca.
Hi, I'm Timmy.
And I'm Mary Jane. He's the newbie.
She's the doobie. And this is the show
where we
tote
cannabis.
Talk.
From both sides.
Is that even possible?
Hello, Marcel. You got to unmute, buddy.
Sorry.
That's
questions, comments. Hi, D. I don't know if I said hi to Robert. Hi, Robert. I did say hi to Nick, but that was a while ago.
Yeah, he's been here the whole time.
Questions,
so,
comments, concerns?
I find that very interesting. My question is, how accurate is it? Because
okay. As for accuracy, when I listened to it, I had the opportunity when I listened to it that I could go in and edit any of that script.
Oh, really? Okay.
And that script was written. And I left that script the way it was. I never touched it.
So after it compiles everything together, you can edit the script.
You can edit the script for each section.
See, I didn't dive into it that much.
Yeah. So because it breaks it up into chapters. All right. So as it's going, it starts out in one chapter, then it goes to another chapter. Well, when I make this, I have the opportunity. I can go into each individual chapter and change the script and edit the script as need. But when I listened to it, I thought, well, that's pretty much what I would have written for a script. It just did it in an hour. What would it take me a day or two? Nah, it wouldn't take me a day or two. Because once I start writing, I don't stop.
One of the courses I took in the 90s was multimedia, and we did all our editing on VHR, or what are they called?
VHS.
VHS.
We used to use the step up from VHS because I did mine in.
No, we had an old school studio that was owned by. It was at the North York Board of Education's media center, and so we had use of a studio, editing bays. They had a TV station set up there. Everything. We had access to everything. But what I'm getting at is it's a little bit different now, which is a good thing because I have a hard time editing scripts.
Yeah. Well, 1985, after I broke my back, I had to change trades, and I went to the Air Force and as a photo tech, and ended up doing a 6-month, anything you can ever imagine to do with photography was done. So we had our own studios. We had our own editing suites.
Yep.
We had to go out and film commercials and then bring them back in, edit them. We had to do, and this was, I was trained as a combat photographer, right? But I had to learn how to take pictures of a Coke can.
Yeah. Been
For
there,
advertising.
that's one of the first things that they had us do in commercial photography at Humber was inanimate object. Go out, find a plant, take a picture. Things like that.
So
are we good now, Mary Jane?
I have no clue, but my phone internet is apparently more stable than my home internet. So if this doesn't work, I will bid you a good night and hopefully see you next week.
Actually, you sound pretty good right now.
It's
may have been your internet.
Yuppie, but
I don't know.
Let's
Either
just-
way, I've literally got like I've got 3 new gray hairs from the last 20 minutes. So. And I haven't even got a joint rolled yet.
Still looking like a carrot to me.
I'll just throw more color
anyways,
on top.
go on, Marcel.
Yeah. So, yeah, in the military, we had to be trained on every aspect that you can imagine of photography. And then at the end of the course, they basically said, you've just done the equivalent of a 3-year university program.
Well, that's what I wanted to do at Humber. I wanted to go into the multimedia tech program, but they didn't have room for me, so I went into the commercial photography thing. Which I honestly, even though I've been doing it for a long time, I didn't enjoy as much as I would have the media tech thing.
Well, see, I think now it would be completely different atmosphere. I learned, and I swear to God, I've done thousands of them. I did photoshopping before we had computers, and I did it with fucking paintbrush.
I went into a journalism. I had to take some electives. One of them was journalism, and I was running What's Up Toronto magazine. We had already printed some and gone online and blah 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 blah. And then in the photography stuff, they were in the first semester was an introduction to Photoshop, which I had been using for 10 years beforehand, probably.
Yeah. See, but when we did this, and even when I went PEI, anything that had to be altered on a print would be done with a paintbrush and paint.
Yep.
Or directly onto a negative. Well, dodging and burning is when you're doing the actual printing, right?
I know.
But because I was one of the first ones trained for color, that's why they sent me to the base they sent me to. Because they just got color lab, so I had to go in and set everything up for the color lab and train everybody there for color, which was great. But the color lab made it even more fun for Photoshop.
You know what?
Because we could do more manipulation instead of just with a paintbrush.
I left before color, mainly because up until that point, black and white is what I enjoyed doing and what I was doing, because I was doing a lot of concerts and homes and architecture stuff, right?
Yeah.
So black and white is great when you're walking around Toronto taking pictures. It's great, and for concert stuff, it's even better.
I've got some scanned pictures, but I don't know. I'd have to scan it again. Some of my pictures that I took are in the Reader's Digest. And these are some pretty cool pictures, though. But it's all search and rescue. It's an article about search and rescue, but they use my photos for their article.
Huh.
That's cool.
Huh.
Yeah.
Look, she speaks. Huh.
Well, she has spoken before. She just didn't have anything to say.
Yeah, only speak when it's important. Come on.
Is it raining there?
No.
No, it's pouring here. We've had rain all day. Everything's melting. I'm melting.
You should be thankful you're not getting snow.
We had snow yesterday and then rain today, and it's dropping down again tonight. So it'll all be an ice rink tomorrow.
Yeah, you can keep it.
It looks like there's a river flowing down my street. And there was, when the sun comes around and faces the front of the house, the ice or the water just pours off the roof.
Well, you are in a bay.
Yep. Yep.
So
you saw it. He's not in the bay.
I live in the bay too.
Actually, I am in the bay. I'm about a kilometer away from the actual edge of the water. So yeah.
So is Darcy.
Yeah.
So is Darcy. So is Marcel.
Yeah.
Hey, wait, so am I. I
I
live
don't
in
know
the Bay of
where. I
Quinte.
don't know where you live.
I live in the Bay of Quinte.
Yeah,
Oh, do
which
ya?
the beach is right there. How
Yeah,
far?
like literally, like there's the bay right down there.
Yeah, they've
Okay,
got oceans
wait, now
around.
what town do you live in?
Me?
Yeah,
I live
Kalamazoo.
in Belleville.
it is Belleville. That's what I was
Yeah.
thinking.
Yeah.
Is Belleville close to Brockville?
No.
No, it's like 3 hours probably.
Yeah, that's on the other side of Kingston, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep going.
It's kind
No,
of in, I think it's about halfway between Kingston and Montreal, actually.
Brockville is across the river from Alexandria, New York.
Yes, that's
We're across from New York too, but it's not Alexandria.
No, it's
I know because I did
Turtle Island, right?
We
Turtle
did a
Island?
Canada Day party in Brockville,
Now I need to Google this.
and then we went across and did the 4th of July with them in Alexandria. That was a pretty drunk weekend. All right.
What's going on there for 420? Anything?
Where?
There.
Here?
Yes.
Same thing as every year for me is celebrating the kid's birthday.
I know there's a canna crawl on 420 in Hamilton this year.
No, it's 419.
Oh, really? I thought it said
419.
Just the
Yeah,
baby
I
thing.
remember seeing it and thinking, "Well, how smart of them." That's actually
That's
pretty damn
what I said, MJ. I said, well, that's actually smart. Yep. But I thought it was on 420, which I don't know
No,
why.
this
they
is what
wouldn't
I
do
think.
that.
This is what I think is smart: is to not have it on 420, because 420 is a Sunday. First of all,
Is it?
yeah, okay. Like maybe you want to have it on the Sunday, but it is also Easter Sunday.
Yes. I was just going to say. Yep.
So I'm like, I think it's really good of them to put it on the 19th, put it on a Saturday, let people, if you want to do your Easter things on Sunday, you can, but it also leaves it open for other people doing things on 420.
I don't think it's Passover at the same time this year. It has been.
No, it's Easter is for April 20th this year.
Passover is different. Right?
Oh, apologies. That's my holiday ignorance.
Passover is there's a whole story behind it. But anyways, Passover and Easter are two different religions celebrating two different things. So it just happens to be at the same time, right?
Yeah, I'm ignorant because I don't celebrate holidays, really.
Well, I don't now because I don't have anybody to celebrate them with. I go and do the Christmas thing, and that's it. So Passover is April 12th. This year it starts, and it's a few nights, typically a family dinner and singing and.
Okay, I see.
I love matzah.
All right, so Belleville's on the lake.
Yes.
Brockville's on the river.
Okay.
I never realized how close Cornwall was to Quebec.
Tim Barnhart's right on the water, under the bridge that goes over to Turtle Island, right? Or is it to the States?
I don't know where.
Neither. They're actually on some sort of river system.
Oh, I thought that was the bridge to the States.
Where are they located?
Tanganyika.
Tanganyika.
Oh, hang on.
Yeah, I'm looking at a map and I'm like, oh yeah, the county, Prince Edward County, is actually more south than we are, closer to the States. Which is funny because on the other side is Ontario, New York.
Okay, so Belleville is on.
Yeah, they did that in Vancouver with Vancouver because you can go to Vancouver, Washington.
Don't forget about Ontario, California.
Yes, they do. They do have in Ontario, California. Yep.
Yeah, but it's not right across from Ontario, though.
No. And there's there's several Palm Beaches, or two anyways, one in Florida and one in California. Right.
What, Palm Beach?
Clearwater as well. There's a few of those.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Although Clearwater, Florida is retirement village. I know I've been there.
There's a Palm Beach in Florida. There's a Palm Beach Gardens in Florida. There's a Palm Beach International Airport.
Yeah, there's lots of different Palm Beaches. Yeah.
They're all California. All in Florida.
Lots of cannabis now in Florida.
Yeah, Trump Doge just canceled all the cannabis research grants in the state.
He didn't just do that, but yeah. That was one of the first things he did.
Why?
He canceled all research.
Oh, yeah. Until they figure out which should be legitimate and which shouldn't. I mean, really, should $6 million be spent to find out if transgender mice can get pregnant?
Anyways, I'm not having another political conversation, Marcel. No, I'm serious because
no, it's not. But we're not talking about that. We're talking about cannabis.
Yes, we are.
Right.
Now we are.
So let's get into some blunt statistics.
Okay, that's better. Blunts.
I like blunts.
I like blunts.
All right.
You like blunts more than I do.
I do.
Who? Yeah, I'm not a
Mary
blunt
Jane.
person.
Do you do blunts too, Marcel?
Yeah, rarely. Once in a while.
She's the backwards. I was going to say something else.
Backwards.
I said backwoods, not backwards.
Sometimes I'm backwards.
Yeah.
Hey, did you see my nice picture I sent of our first dab rigs?
Say that one more time, please.
Did you see the nice picture I shared on Facebook of our first dab rigs?
No, why don't you show us?
I did not. Is it on your page or in the group chat?
No, it's in the page. It's on my page. Go to my.
I don't think you're in my algorithm because you post a lot of like controversial things.
Well, no, my fault.
I think it's like
controversial things.
They're called Marcellisms. They're called Marcellisms.
Not my fault.
Controversial person, Marcel.
I forget when I shared it. Oh, there it is. Hang on. Click this.
Marcel's post. Are you afraid of losing friends over your posts or about controversial topics?
Nope.
That's funny.
All right. Copy image. I don't know if it'll let me paste it.
Pew pew.
I still have yet to show Timmy what a hash apple is.
A what?
A apple. A apple.
A apple. Well, why haven't you showed him? I mean, you have one there.
I do. I just haven't smoked any in a while.
Yeah, I'm having a hard time with it. It's
why does that come up as my picture? That's fucking
because it came from your page.
But then when you click on it, it goes to the one that I wanted to show you.
This was our dab rig before you started calling it dabs.
When you click on it, it goes to whatever that post is. Yes, on your page though. If you share something from your page in a chat, that's how it goes now.
Okay.
It looks like you burnt your finger.
I didn't, but a lot of people have.
Are you going to bring this up or am I?
Well, go ahead. I don't know how to do that.
All right.
All I'm saying is it coincides with what we're about to talk about.
You know, I tried to buy one of those for my car, and I ordered one offline off Amazon, and it didn't work.
Did you wire it in?
We talk about wire it in. I just need the lighter part. I have the socket thing in my car. I just need the lighter. You can't get the lighter things anymore.
Yes, you can. Canadian Tire has them.
Canadian. Oh, good. I'm going to buy one.
Canadian Tire or even a dollar store might have them.
Dollar stores don't have those, but I will
Dollar
check
stores
Canadian
don't have those.
Tire because I looked and I
Canadian
I
Tire
think you
will
have
have
to.
Canadian
I might have
Tire
to go to a
or
Wreckers.
Canadian Tire or a Wrecker, yeah.
A junkyard would have them.
Yeah, because they're universal.
Probably pails of them.
Yeah, usually. But they do burn out.
I have.
They have gotten so hot that the plastic handle melts.
Yep.
We've had a couple cars that ended up that way. But
we used to, I have three outlets for those in my car.
Yeah.
But I don't use them.
Well, they're actually
Canadian
not.
Tire has a skull one.
Yeah, they're
There
not
you go.
for those. They're for plugs to plug stuff
Yeah,
in.
but they work perfectly fine to heat on.
But originally, that's what they were for. Was for a lighter. Originally.
Yeah. Now we just all charge our phones and shit.
Yeah. So, but we used to use them for a dab break. That and a big pen.
Yep.
You were
Just throw your hash on there and get
a
yourself
ball of hash on there.
This was the vision.
And and we would completely hotbox a car.
Yep.
All right, so let's talk about this article, which is a blunt statistic, and it's most cannabis users consume an hour before driving, a AAA study finds.
It's actually a video, I think. Do you want to watch it?
Yeah. You got it there?
It looks like, we might get in trouble for playing it, but okay.
Wait, now whose is it?
It is on the Central Oregon Daily News.
Right now.
No, we're going to do it.
We can do it because it's not on YouTube.
No.
Are you playing it or am I playing it?
I'll play it. I got it loaded here.
Okay. Maybe take it back to the beginning.
Yep.
Yep.
I'm just setting it up.
I know.
Behind the wheel while high and at a high rate.
If I'm gonna go for a couple 3-hour drive, I'm headed somewhere. I will just take a little toke, just make the drive a little more interesting.
Do you believe you are a better driver when you're high?
No.
A new study conducted by AAA showing consuming, then driving is very common. Nearly 85% said they drive the same day that they use cannabis, with 53% saying they used within an hour or less before getting behind the wheel.
With alcohol, we have the BAC, the blood alcohol content, and we have legal standards that say whether a person is impaired. We don't have that with marijuana or cannabis.
The study also found people think the drug doesn't really impact their driving. 47% of those surveyed believe they drive the same while high, 15% say they drive a little better, and 19% believing they drive much better. An anonymous man I spoke to today who has admittedly driven while high is not surprised by the study's findings.
Getting high it just seems different. It seems like I have better control over my functions. My judgment seems more reasonable when I'm high compared to drinking alcohol. And so it just seems like not that big a deal.
Now AAA is exploring strategies to promote safer driving choices. They found users are more likely to trust messaging from those in the cannabis industry, like Tokyo Starfish.
We shouldn't have people impaired behind the wheel or on our roads, period, full stop. But this shotgun approach to controlling it isn't necessarily the right answer either. So having tests that are clear and coherent and actually proven data to truly understand who's impaired and who's not is super critical to continue the conversation.
AAA says it will use this study to encourage the cannabis industry, policymakers, and other traffic safety stakeholders to advance an educational campaign about the dangers of cannabis-impaired driving. In Bend, Colby Annabrat, Central Oregon Daily News.
Yeah. What was it last week? We had one that was pretty much the opposite.
Well, I like what she said about impairment, because this is something that I've talked about for I don't know, years, is consumption does not always equal impairment. I know that if I were to have 3 sips of any alcohol, I would be too impaired to drive. That's not everybody.
I don't drink. I won't even have one beer or one shot or one mixed drink and then drive. I don't feel comfortable.
Me either.
I don't drive and smoke anymore.
Me
Haven't
either.
for a while.
Me
you don't
either.
drive. You don't drive anymore. You don't drive any less either, but you don't drive anymore.
I don't drive anymore, but I used to drive, and I can honestly say that I may have consumed cannabis while actually driving a motor
Oh,
vehicle.
sure. For sure. I'm not saying I haven't. I'm saying I
To the
don't.
point where I used to roll them on my knee while I was driving. So
I don't do that anymore, is what I'm saying. The laws have changed.
no, me
I don't
neither. I
wanna
sit in the
lose my
passenger seat and
license,
smoke
blah,
them.
blah, blah. Yeah, that's right. But, and that's where I was going. I don't feel that a medical patient in my car that I'm driving down the road and not having any should be an issue, because they should be able to medicate or smoke a cigarette, because you can smoke a cigarette you can smoke a joint anywhere you can smoke a cigarette in Canada, right? Well, in
Except
Ontario.
in a moving vehicle.
Except in a moving
vehicle.
Shut up. You weren't supposed
Because
to.
that's treated like alcohol.
Yeah,
But
no,
that was his punchline. That was his punchline. So,
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out Robert Roy's question.
Okay.
The question was, with provincial trade barriers coming down, do you think it will become easier to get in your province from another province? To get what in your province?
Cannabis plants or products? No, because it's still
Cannabis
provincial.
products.
It doesn't matter
Well,
what province you're in. It's their rules, right?
no. I mean, I think what I'm assuming he's talking about the legal market. All right.
Yeah.
But you
Would
can
it
get
be
products from all
easier to
across the
share?
country here now.
There's
In
nothing
any
stopping cannabis products from going province to province right now, other than whether or
Your
not that
NSLC
province
store.
that province's controlling board wants to buy that product.
You
Well, see, you got to remember they only have so much shelf space, right?
Right. So Ontario, for example, Ontario Cannabis will put out a call and say, we're looking for this much of this many strains. Who's got them? Everybody from across the country that's growing them sent it.
Well, that's
It's up to them.
essentially what Optimus is, and that's what Lennie's doing. He's farming out to other LPs in Canada and bringing in the strains that he feels are beneficial to medical cannabis patients.
Right, and he'll send those to anywhere in Canada.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean
But my point was on the subject. He's sourcing out Canada wide, although he tries to stay within Nova Scotia, does he not?
Who? What? No,
I don't know. I wish he was here, so don't answer.
He should be able to supply to anybody.
Yeah, no, he can supply, but he's buying the things that he's bringing in.
He likes to promote Atlantic Canada, which is perfectly fine, and I don't mind that. But I'm sure he's also getting some products from Ontario and BC and things like that, which is totally fine. And that's the whole idea, is because cannabis is federally regulated and not provincially regulated. It's only provincially controlled, not regulated.
That's right. And as a medical patient, you can take your licensed amount with you on a flight.
150 grams.
It's federal.
Yeah, 150 grams.
Up to 150 grams.
Up to 150 grams. Yeah. But
my license for 900 grams doesn't let me take 900 grams.
As a recreational person, can you travel with cannabis?
Mine either.
Canada wide.
It used to let me take 900 grams.
Marcel.
What?
As a recreational person, can I get on a plane with an ounce in my luggage and fly across Canada?
Yes.
Okay. Up to 30 grams. Correct?
Yep.
And I can mail you. And I can mail you up to an ounce, Al.
Yeah.
Well, get with it, Darts.
But I can't sell you an ounce. But what I can do, if you'd like, I can sell you a $200 T-shirt and send you an ounce for free.
Yeah. I see that. I've seen that going on now and then. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, it's all semantics. Who gives a
It's
shit?
like Teesprings. Support what I'm doing, and I'll give you a T-shirt.
Yeah. No, dropping down provincial trade barriers coming down is a good thing because that means that I could go to Quebec and buy liquor. And I could go to Quebec and I could buy alcohol and I could bring
I was
it
just
here.
going to say, alcohol.
Or I could go to Ontario and pick up Everclear.
But
these are things that I can't get here.
No, but okay, so let me ask you a question referring to cannabis. Which would you prefer, alcohol or isopropyl? Which would you prefer to be able to get?
Well, I can already get isopropyl.
But he's saying, which one would you use if you had a choice?
If you could
which
get
would
alcohol,
I rather use?
Would you
for an
use
extraction?
alcohol if you could get it, or would you continue using isopropyl if you were making that kind of stuff?
Isopropyl.
Okay, that was my question.
100,000 times over.
Mary Jane looks like she's about ready to crawl into her suit.
So let's talk about why I would choose isopropyl over.
I can tell you why.
alcohol.
Because you like doing things bipolarly.
Nope.
Yeah, because I'm bipolar.
It comes down to a polar non-polar thing.
Oh, bipolar.
Bipolar.
The same reason why I use
and why is bipolar better? Because it pulls more of the terpenes and the cannabinoids and all the other shit out of the plant, not just the chlorophyll. Correct?
Right.
Thank you. See, I do listen. I do listen.
But that's not a term. I'm not sure where the bipolar terminology came from for it, but while correct, it's not actually used, but it is correct. But it's very, very rare that you can get compounds that are bipolar like that.
Come on.
Right. So for the people that are listening, is cannabinoids on the plant, in the plant structure, are both polar soluble and non-polar soluble.
So you're getting both of them, not just one.
Right. Which means grain alcohol, naphtha, like Rick Simpson, hexane, those types of things are all non-polar. So they only pull non-polar solubles. Water is a polar soluble, right? So a lot of the compounds on the plant are water soluble. So you can strip them off the plant by using a bipolar, I like that, Al, thanks, solvent, such as 99% isopropyl that's been filtered. And then run with that and then do your extraction. There you go. I just told you all how to fucking break the law.
There you go. You heard it here on the 420 radio show.
And if you do it outside, you fucking idiot.
Please. No flaming, no smoking.
No smoking, no cell phones, no chances spark.
Yeah, and don't do it in the dark and fix your lighter.
Outside with a breeze and a wind.
Okay, I'll say it. Okay, I'll say it. Your safest method would be to use a coffee cup warmer. That's all I'm saying. There's no off switch. There's no on switch. You don't want to switch. Don't want an on off thing. Nothing. To plug it in, warm it up, put your stuff on, walk away. That's all.
Come back in about 3 weeks and fill that cup again.
Yeah.
Back in 3 weeks and fill that cup again.
I don't know. I've never checked to see what the temperature goes up to in a coffee warmer.
I know a few people who are cannabis oil makers and have saved many lives, and they use a coffee cup, like a coffee, literally a coffee maker warming pad You place the cup full of whatever you're trying to.
Okay, Al.
Yeah.
You've missed a step.
Okay.
I was going to say something, Marcel, but you corrected it. So
go ahead. Fill me in.
That is the step for finishing.
Yes, that's what I'm getting at. Yeah, it's not the making part.
You telling people, put your alcohol and then just put it in a cup on a coffee warmer.
Sorry.
It's going to take you a long time to evaporate that off.
Yeah, you have to boil it off at first, and then to finish it, you put it on a coffee cup warmer, and it'll just do its thing.
Yes. So boiling it off, you have to use them outside.
Yes.
Outside, well ventilation.
Outside. Can we say that word one more time, please?
I would like to say outside one more time, just to reiterate that you've got to do this outside with a breeze that's not blowing towards your fucking neighbors, so they call the cops because there's a strange smell in their yard.
Marcel, got a question for you though.
Yep.
What about them people that think they're heroes and want to use a still and use it indoors?
You know what?
I'm not talking about those guys because those guys are intelligent enough to know how to use a still.
That happened in Kensington Market in Toronto at a legal store in the basement.
That wasn't a still.
No, but they were producing stuff that had fumes enough to make the place go boom.
Because they were doing butane extractions.
Yes, but it's the same
Butane is more volatile.
Way more volatile.
It disperses differently because of the way you're doing the BHO extraction.
Yeah.
I was told when I was like I had that alcohol extraction that you're talking about where you take all the plant matter out after and you have to you're left with this liquid. I was told to use an induction plate because it doesn't have any sparks or anything. Yeah. I had to get the special magnetic pan to put on top so it would work and put it outside. And somebody said, even though you're outside, make sure you put a fan to like you're saying, direct it away from the neighbors.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a
don't
good
put
thing
the fan too close.
There's a spark.
Don't put the fan too close because the fan could spark.
Or can I interrupt, Al? Because I know what you're going to say, Al, about the fan. Yeah. And the fan is a good idea, but you do not direct the fan at the top of the pot. You direct the fan at the burning element. Or in the case of a induction one, there is a switch inside, so there is an electrical spark at least some point within that mechanism.
Well, there would be a spark as it's turning.
Right. So the fan aimed at the bottom side of the pot, just the edge of the top, blows that off of the top, but also keeps anything away from that element, right? Or the electronics.
And then, yes, it will slow down your cooking time.
The vapor is heavier than air, all right? So its normal inclination is to roll over the sides of the pot and come down onto the heating element. If you're in an enclosed area, that vapor comes down and starts filling the entire area. Once it gets to a evaporation point or a saturation point of 20% volume of the room blows up.
You go boom.
Right? On the next spark. That's exactly what happened to our friend Mr. Backer.
Yes, I was just going to mention, Chris. Yes.
He was doing in his basement. It's a vapor that's heavier than air.
That's
his
right.
windows
he had just gotten a new cooker that had a switch on it and an auto off, and that's what set it off.
He saw the spark happen as he was going in the basement when it blew up.
Yep. Because he's been here. He's told the story.
Yeah. Yep. Well, the week before, I gave a talk about the importance of doing this outdoors that he was sitting in the front row for.
Yeah.
Right? But because he'd always done it that way, he figured it was safe.
There's a lot of, I know
unfortunate accident, but it only takes once to learn.
That's right. I know people who do it. I know people who do it on their balcony in their apartment buildings.
Hey, I did it on my balcony.
I've taught people how to do it on their balcony.
Yep. And because you know, especially if you're up higher, you've got a lot of airflow, right?
Yeah, but it's also a matter of your neighbors. I mean, if your neighbors are a little cool, that take them some baked goods once in a while or whatever. But or explain to them that this is how you make your medicine. You can
One of the
educate them
things
at the same time.
that first summer that we were legal here in Canada, and in Canada, each address in Canada has the right to grow 4 plants. Okay, so
almost.
Oh, pretty much, yeah.
Can't go back.
I thought it was crazy driving around Toronto and looking at these apartment buildings in the fall, and there's weed plants sticking out over the balconies and all over there. There were 3 people in my building in Toronto that had their plants on their balcony, and you could see them openly. What's that look for, Mary Jane?
It's politics.
Oh, don't even.
It's Ontario politics.
I don't care.
I still don't care.
It's good news.
Okay, go ahead.
The new sitting prime minister removed the carbon tax.
Yes, I read that earlier. That's not Ontario news. That's federal news.
Yeah, but that's the carbon tax.
Yeah, but that's federal.
Yeah, but that still affects us.
Yes, of course. So if it's true, in the next coming weeks, we will be abolishing the carbon tax, which is funny because this was he was what's his name? Chesley?
Yeah.
No,
the
new guy.
Mark Carney.
Oh, Carney
and Trudeau are the ones who came up with this fucking brainchild.
Yeah, I thought we weren't talking politics.
Well,
I know, but it's good. It's just good news. That's all I'm going to say. I got excited because I just seen it.
I think it's good news. Yes, we'll find out, won't we?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to speculate into why it's being done or anything. I was just like, yay.
The only reason that I found it interesting. That's the first thing he did on his first day. That's all. Because today was his first day in office, and Trudeau was out shopping. There's pictures of him shopping at a store or going into a restaurant.
It's not surprising to me why he would do it. He's got to try and make himself look different than Trudeau.
Of course, but he's the one that came up with this brainchild with Trudeau. So that's what I find.
Yeah, but people don't remember that stuff.
Oh, they should, because that's the big commercial that's up on the TV these days. The slander commercials that the other side are doing. I guess Paul Yarver or whatever his name is.
Wait,
that's all you see on Prime these days. You see McDonald's, Wendy's, Burger King, A&W, and political ads for the spats and even Ontario stuff you see on Prime.
Oh yeah, that's politics. It's campaign time.
Oh, well, that's what I'm getting at. Yeah, and
right.
it becomes a little.
But you got to look at Trudeau. Trudeau is dodged jail so many times, even before he started politics. Right. That I'm shocked that he was able.
Troubled childhood.
yeah. Like he's had his fair share of putting himself into situations where he fucked up.
But he's gone now, and we're going to see what this new guy does. And
right.
How long have they set a date for an election yet?
No, because Parliament hasn't resumed yet.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
My only thing is, don't be surprised if they don't pull the Emergency Act because of the tariffs, and then we don't have an election for 2 years.
That's right. Or more.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like Trump's pretty pissed off about it anyway. So
it's like Ukraine. All of Ukraine wants an election, but because Zelensky put in the martial law, They're
until
basically the
that
Emergency
until that's lifted.
Measures Act.
Until he's
Right.
until that's lifted, nobody can vote.
Yeah, nobody can have an election, so they can't
Yeah.
get rid of them
Yeah.
through an
Well,
election.
is that what happens in Russia as well?
No, Russia is not a democratic.
So there's no elections in
recognized.
Russia?
Yeah, they have elections, kinda, but they're kind of handpicked who runs in the election. But they don't claim to be a democracy.
Yes.
They never have. They claim to be a communist country, which, well, communist
Not so
also
much
has
anymore, the communist part, but yes.
it's more. And to me, Russia's looking more socialist than communist. Right? Communist, I think,
We know they used to be communist. Of course.
used to be communist, but when they broke up, their communistic ideals have kind of shifted more to a socialist aspect, right?
That's
Where
because the democratic
people in Russia are taken care of.
because
one way or another.
they've been very Americanized.
I lost an earbud.
Right?
I don't know if they've been Americanized. I mean, you look at Iran. Iran was an Americanized country. Iran used to be a beautiful place to go and visit until the Taliban took over.
Fair enough. Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
Once the Taliban took over, then it was no longer what you'd be considering calling an Americanized country,
or a vacation spot.
It was It was like going to Turkey. Right? You go to any of those resort countries, so that's what Iran used to be.
Well, Dubai is like that. Dubai is one big resort, right?
Yeah, well, pretty much. I mean, life in Iran used to be beautiful for the people of Iran.
And it's the same continent, right?
Yeah, but Al, we couldn't go to me and you couldn't go to Dubai.
Why?
Because if we ever got caught with cannabis over there, they're gonna fucking throw us in jail and we'll never get out.
Oh yeah. No, I get that. Rosa, come here, please.
Go to the Philippines and see what happens to you.
They still have the death penalty in Philippines?
Mm-hmm.
But yet they're okay with pirates.
Yep. Well, yeah. Well, they're not corrupting their society. Pirates aren't going to go in and corrupt their society by giving them deadly drugs like marijuana.
Mary Jane. We have one of those.
But because those assholes were so good getting everybody to put it on these drug schedules as such a dangerous drug, we still had this nightmare worldwide, right? Where countries like the Philippines maintained that it's as dangerous as fentanyl.
Yeah. I mean, there are a lot of places in the world that consider cannabis a top addictive drug. There's a lot of people in the States that feel that way too. You know,
right?
In fact,
but it's all from the propaganda.
Yes,
that they used in the 30s, the 20s, and 30s, the 40s, 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. Tried in 2000s, but courts started fucking getting smart and
it was called reefer madness. Excuse me one minute after feed the dog.
It was
your brain. This is
but
your brain on drugs.
Yeah, that was a stupid commercial.
No.
Okay, dude, I just smoked a big fatty. I got the munchies and you're frying an egg in front of me. What am I going to do? I'm frying an egg, right? So all they did is they just contributed to people's munchies by doing that commercial. This is your brain on drugs.
One of my favorite ones was the girl that was like flat on the couch. She was just sitting there all deflated, and they're like, she won't answer you. She's been like that ever since she started smoking marijuana.
Yeah, that's a good one too. Man, I'll tell you, I sit back in the evening and I look at what I've accomplished during the day, and then I realize that I wouldn't be able to do that without the copious amounts of cannabis.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
hey, it is what it is. I just probably consume enough because I don't really get high. I did.
Well, and not everybody should consume either.
No, I mean if you don't need it, don't use it first. But
I need
if
it, so
you
I use it.
right, but if you need it, don't exceed what you need.
I don't. I never do, Marcel.
Right. So I do on Friday nights when I'm here with you guys. I pretty much overindulge pretty much every Friday night, but that's only because I've been doing this with Al for what 12 years now, Al.
I don't remember.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's something like 12. That's 12 years of chasing ADHD. I learned a long time ago. I got to be really fucking high for this one.
Oh, fuck off.
So
that's how you perfected your ice cream recipe.
You're just as fucking bad, Marcel.
I know, but that's because I have to get that to that level, Al.
Yeah, sure.
Oh no,
Say
no,
what you want.
no,
Say
no,
what
no.
you want.
No,
Marcel, don't piss off Al.
Marcel.
What?
He's nowhere near as bad as me when we have conversations.
Hey, Darcy.
Yo.
You got anything for growing?
I can talk about whatever you want me to talk about, Al.
This is how we grow the weed.
Yeah, so no, I can talk to you about so when you sprouted your seeds, Al, did you ever put them just right directly into the soil?
You know what? I was thinking about this the other day, and I've decided to do both when I crack my seeds. I'm going to see which works best here. I'm thinking that a pod might be warmer for the seed than sitting on a plate in a cupboard.
Can you do me a favor?
Mm.
Can you get to the hardware store and get yourself a bag of seed starter?
Okay.
Start some in solo cups. Start some in your fucking peat pods.
Okay.
I want to know which ones do better for you.
Well, this is what I was thinking about doing, but this is exactly
because
right.
I did the same thing, and the sprouts that I started, they're not doing the best, but they're taking off now, but they're not doing the best.
You know, Al and I talked about this. I don't think we were on air or anything, but we talked about it, and he does pods. He doesn't do the cup, the cracking the seeds and stuff like that. And I don't even know if he takes a magnifying glass and looks for the volcano, and I don't know, but he has been using the pods, and that works for him. And so I was like, it seems that a peat pod would keep a seed warmer than sitting on a plate with a napkin over it.
Well, it's going to keep it moist, more naturally moist, and give it oxygen.
But it would keep it warmer as well, would it not?
Mm-hmm. Well, yes and no. Because
yes, that's what I'm going to do, Darcy. I'm going to do both, and with using my heating pad, we're going to do both.
Good, because I'm thinking if you take your solo cups, your ones in your solo cups, I think are going to be way better. I got some here, man, and they're 2 weeks older than everything else. Almost 3 weeks.
You started those in pods?
I got the ones in solo. The other ones are
just in soil. In
soil.
Okay. So maybe I should try all three.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like try like your seed mix. You get it at the store. It's just called soil seed starter.
I've seen it.
Just water it down really good before you start.
Okay. Can I make a suggestion?
Yes, Marcel.
If you're going to do this comparison with your peat pots, don't get the full size solo cups. Get the smaller red ones.
I have small blue ones.
All right, that would be better. Use a smaller cup, not the tall cup.
I got the smaller cups because the peat pods, when they fill up, they fit in those perfectly, and they don't bounce around like in a solo cup. Yeah, so that's why I got that.
Well, yeah, perfect. Use those because that'll give you a better comparison with the two.
Okay,
right?
I don't have to worry about. I guess once I see roots, it's ready to go. But I don't have to worry about insulting the roots or anything as it's growing. Being in a blue cup, it's sitting in a window. You know, because you're not supposed to expose your roots, correct?
Well, not the light.
Yeah, but they're not being exposed.
Okay.
How would they get exposed?
Well, with the light.
When?
In the sun, and I'm using the light to offset.
But when will it affect the roots?
Oh, I know what he's saying, Marcel.
When they pop out.
What he's saying
as soon as they pop out is when you transplant. And
that's what I said at the beginning of this argument.
Yeah, it's not an argument.
I know.
The other thing that you're talking about too, in the same conversation, it's called air pruning.
Yes.
Which is completely fine. What it's doing is it's making more of a ball of root inside of that media.
So before you put it in the soil, you trim them off?
No, don't trim them off.
Okay.
No. Basically when the roots start coming out, I let them grow to about 1 inch long before I transplant them.
Okay.
All right, because what's going to happen is some of the ends of the roots die off and it forces more roots to grow inside that ball. And that makes the stalk a healthier stalk, right? So if you do it as soon as the roots come out, then you're not giving them any chance to build up any structural strength inside that pot, right? That little peat pod or your rock wool cube or whatever you're doing.
Gives you a stronger, sturdier plant.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is what you want because you're in Ontario.
Yeah. I gotta figure it out.
Yeah.
I like
that potting
going
or
half the month without meds is starting to get to me. So I
don't blame you. I'm sure it would.
Oh, somebody's tired. She's drinking wine too.
I went 2 days when I was sick.
Oh no, I remember the juice. Yes, you showed us the juice. Yes.
Why is she muted? She doesn't like us, or?
No, I was talking shit.
You were talking shit?
That's not true. No, that's not true.
Right beside her.
I was gonna say you should leave your mic off or on when you're talking shit, because I'd like to hear that.
Yeah, no, there's no shit talking. I was looking at a photo from 5 years ago from the tour. It was the second last day of the tour, which would have been 2 days before we got home and the world shut down.
Picture
of who? I was just saying to Timmy and I.
Timmy's tour.
I was just saying that we had no clue that our entire lives were about to get
Oh my
shut
God.
down.
Darcy.
What?
Sent me a picture.
Yeah, don't you even think about it.
That's gotta go. That's gotta get you sent that to me on my phone. Oh man,
Yeah,
that's a pain in the ass. Now, I gotta send that out, email it to myself, then I can put it up on the Facebook.
What happened?
I got a picture that I can put on Facebook.
Don't, Marcel. My wife will be mad.
Only at you.
Darcy, you have to stop posting pictures of yourself on the internet.
Oh no, Marcel. She said she'll strangle you.
She's only going to be mad at you, not me. I didn't take the picture. I didn't share the picture with somebody that would blatantly make it public. That's all on you.
That's not the picture they're talking about.
I know.
Oh,
that's the one I was
sending
talking
pictures
about.
too. Do you have your clothes on?
I'm not going to say it.
So
I'm not saying anything either. I'll keep my mouth shut.
I will just say that how many times have you been a sunshine girl in the Toronto Sun?
I don't know. Why?
Okay, because it's been more than once.
Oh yeah.
When the Toronto Sun wants to do a cannabis sunshine girl, they go, "Hey, let's call Mary Jane."
Yeah, let's go, Mary Jane.
Is the
Yeah, I
Toronto
wish
Star
they'd
still
open
in
their
print?
studio
I don't
up.
know. I don't know. I don't remember the last time I found the picture of your last time when you did 420 one in my one of my cases with wires in it and stuff like that. That yeah.
I get a message every, like, I don't know, I got one like a couple months ago, and then one like I think it was twice in the same month. My dad sent me a message and was like, you were twice. And I'm like, yeah, that's because they had me registered under, they have some photos under Janice, and then they have some photos under Mary Jane. So I don't know if they think I'm two different people and they're running two different people or what, but whatever.
It's all in the name.
I'm waiting for the studio to open up again.
So you know what? Guess what? It's almost time to say goodbye. Or bong bye, as I like to say.
Bong bye.
Bong bye?
Bong bye.
What would bong bye mean?
So I'm doing something right now, and I'm gonna let you know next week how it works out.
Uh-oh.
I am rolling a joint of the same flower in 3 different types of papers.
I've done that.
And I'm gonna
you know what I've also done is I've taken the same strain from 4 different grows and rolled a joint out of each to see the difference.
Yeah, well, I want to know if, well, so far I found my favorite paper so far is the Gazette Reds.
I like the reds as well. The blues are a little bit too thick for me. Although they're good. They're good for slickers.
Marcel loves the green.
I like the greens. I like the greens as well. Yeah,
because they're super thin.
The greens are about the same size, cut corner, width, and they're about the same thickness as a white Ziggy.
You know,
a blue Ziggy, really.
Yeah, I found out what a bong bai is.
What's a bong bai?
A bong bai is a Vietnamese sautéed squash blossom.
You don't have a picture?
I got all kinds of them.
A bong bai picture? You too, D. Oh God, she used at everyone. Everybody's going to be pissed off now.
Oh, you can buy it.
The reaction from that is hilarious. I've actually had somebody that we all know and love tell me that if I use at everyone, that they will delete me.
I like when people use at everyone. It gives me a chance to assess whether or not I actually want to be on this page. And if I don't, I'm going to leave it. And
exactly.
if
is that all I have to
content that's on the page, not the, using that. I mean, I'll use followers. I mean, you follow me, fine. I'm going to tell you things. At everyone is a little bit of obtrusive because it literally will blanket everybody on your list. And a lot of people won't like that. And they'll threaten to delete you if you do it.
Then delete me.
That
might be this. I didn't know this. This is something that I might do for that sole purpose. If you don't like what I say, then leave. I'm not holding you there. She kind of got pissed off at that.
Did look at her finger going.
But yeah.
Hey, it kind of looks like she's picking her nose and she's showing you the booger.
See, she did it.
I'm back.
You're back.
What I was going to say is when you get those notifications, it says so-and-so mentioned you and others.
Yeah.
So you know that they just tagged out
That's
everyone.
every-
Just don't look at it.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, that's what I do.
Oh,
But I didn't know
people
that I could get
just
to every.
to
I didn't know that I
bitch to
could
bitch.
piss off everybody at once.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, at everyone.
Right.
There you go. Merry Christmas.
Oh, I'm
Happy
not going to say that.
Kwanzaa.
That's offensive. I don't want to offend
That's
anybody
offensive.
saying Merry Christmas.
Before I go, Marcel, have you watched Slow Horses yet?
No. What's Slow Horses?
It's I recently subscribed to the free trial of 7 days on Apple TV, so I'm discovering new shows on Apple TV.
Oh, good luck, cause I ain't ever watching anything on Apple TV. So.
Well, you know, they've got some good shows on there. So
I bet they do.
buy stuff. This one that I'm watching is oh crap, I can't remember his name. But I'll bring a clip next week. How's that?
Sure. But yeah, no.
I'm not going to pay for it. It's $13 a month, but I wanted to watch this show.
That's actually not a bad price.
I have on Prime right now. I have Stack TV and City TV because I love Discovery, and they own Discovery now. So,
but
Warner
a lot of Prime or a lot of the Apple shows that I've seen that I've like, if I do a search and it comes up as Apple, it's a pay for episode. On the majority of them are pay for episodes, not free episodes. With
if it's included in the subscription on Prime, I will watch it. Right, I've only got 7 days, and I've already found 3 shows that I want to watch, so I have a lot of stuff to watch this weekend.
Yeah, like Prime does the same thing. Prime has so many shows that are free, and it's got a lot. Some of the older ones that you might really want to see again, type thing.
You know what? Have you watched Reacher?
Oh, every one of them.
Yeah, I wasn't impressed with this last.
Did you watch Landman yet, Al?
Who?
I don't mind
every episode, Darcy.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the Landman one.
I like him. So I mean, he's awesome. Yeah, but I also like the other one, Goliath, that he did.
Never got to watch that yet.
Yeah, that's a good one.
No,
yeah.
I'm into the new. Me and Carla are in a couple shows. Dr. Oz.
MJ's looking kind of left out, or frozen again. Oh, you're looking left out. They're talking about all these shows. What are you into? Like Housewives of Ethiopia or something? I don't know. I got so many of them fucking shows.
I've only watched one Real Housewives series, and it was The Beverly Hills, and I watched all 14 seasons.
Yeah, no thanks. I don't like the housewife things.
That's pretty rude of them, wasn't it? We were having a conversation. They just butted in and started talking over us. Darcy,
I do enjoy the below deck.
Yeah, and I didn't get the whole answer because of them. That's just rude.
All right, say goodnight, guys. My dog needs to go pee. She's fucking standing here whining at me.
Hi, Rosa.
Yeah, right, good night.
Say goodnight.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night. Good night, everyone.
Good night. Good night.
I get to go home.
You're watching the 420 Pace, found at 420pace.ca.